just started reading this book, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Super short book, but man, every chapter, it's about like 1 or 2 pages per chapter, and they're so impactful. And there's one chapter called The Effortless Way. As soon as I read that, it just stopped me in my tracks. And he talks about the principle of least action and how nature is based on this principle that, like, from the planets that orbit around the sun to just the way plants and everything grows. Least action is the minimum of energy multiplied by the minimum of time. So he says, in order to move from your present state to your desired state, you must use the minimum amount of energy that takes the shortest possible amount of time. And the way he talks about it is, in order to do that, it's just a shift in consciousness. It's shifting from where you are now in your awareness now to the consciousness or the state that you desire. So he says, to make the journey, it's a psychological one, and the psychological equivalent to the principle of least action is mere assumption. So it's like the day you fully realize the power of assumption, you discover that it works in complete conformity with this principle. It works by means of attention minus effort. So through assumption, you hurry without haste and you reach your goal without effort. And then he talks about how creation is finished. Everything happens all at once. Everything that has happened or is going to happen has already happened. So because creation is in the finished state, what you desire already exists. And then it's excluded from your view because you can only see the contents of your own consciousness. So it is the function of an assumption to call back the excluded view and restore full vision. It is not the world, but your assumptions that change. So when I first read that, I had to just kind of stop and think about it. And I'm a believer that everything happens all at once. There's only now, and we are just different vibrational states, different consciousnesses, experiencing the level that we're at. So in order to shift to the desired state, it's not a matter of wanting to attract it, because by attracting it, that means you don't have it now and you want it sometime in the future. But if everything happens now, then you just reinforce that state of not having it now. So it kind of just pushes it further and further away, kind of like chasing the horizon. And the way he talks about it is, when you assume it, then it's already happened now. And then it's like the outer world, like the reality that you see, will then shift and conform and reveal itself of your desired state. So it'll start showing you kind of what you want. So yeah, I think it's a super good book. Highly recommend checking it out. I think this book and reality transurfing, they go hand in hand. And in reality transurfing, they talk about inner intention and outer intention. So inner intention is like having the will to act, and outer intention is having the will to have. So it's almost in the same idea that utilizing outer intention and just saying it has already happened. Like the desired state, the thing I want, it already exists. So it's kind of just tuning to that frequency, moving your consciousness to that level in order to see the thing that you want, as opposed to using effort and force and like grinding it out and like hard work to kind of get there. And I guess both cases work. Just depends on what you believe, what works and what doesn't. If you believe that it has to take effort and it has to take a lot of work, then that's just going to play out the way you believe it. Whereas if you believe that, law of assumption everything happens now, it already exists now, and it's just a matter of tuning the frequency to that state, then, I think that could work too. So yeah, it's been a process to just be more aware of that and playing by those rules, as opposed to like the Newtonian physics where there's a past, present, and future, and everything is linear and it's cause and effect. Yeah, I don't know if that serves me at this point. I'd rather live in that other quantum world where everything happens and it's just a matter of tuning the frequency, changing the consciousness to that reality where my desires are already existing, and that I can get there with, least amount of effort. So yeah, that's it for now. Check out this book, highly recommend it, and I'll see you in the next video.